everybody. DonknDave here, and it's been quite a day. Start off in Jacksonville, Florida, and went to the beach at Beach Boulevard, which is Highway 90, and went there and then started headed west. And right now we are crossing the Apalachicola Bridge, and that is the Gulf of Mexico right there. So we've come all the way across Florida in one day. And my plan was to be able to cross, get on Highway 90 and ride that instead of the interstate, which is I-10, which it parallels. I did that, and I came south just a little bit, and then caught Highway 198 in Perry, Florida, which took me here to the Coastal Highway, and I'm telling you, it is fantastic. This is later on in the day, and my rear end is screaming at me right now because I really didn't have much time to ride the bike while I was getting ready for the trip. So the body is telling me that it needs to recover a little bit. But this is just an absolutely cool place. Fishing boats everywhere. If you know anything about oysters, they get Apalachicola oysters right out of this bay. And the ride over here was uneventful for the most part. I got rained on a little bit. And something you don't notice if you're on the interstates is the logging industry. There are pine trees all in Florida, and it is probably the second largest industry other than tourism for Florida. Well, maybe fishing might be as big, I'm not sure. But the wind is really kicking up right now. Probably got gusts of around 25-30 mile an hour. And I wanted to show you what it was like in some of these bays along the Gulf Coast. Just absolutely cool and pristine. And the funny thing is you get here and boom, you know, you're in pine trees, and then boom, you know, then you see the Gulf of Mexico. There's no leading up to it, it's just boom, which is really neat. So today I was hoping that I was gonna have ridden a little bit further, but I'm not gonna go as far as I wanted to. I wanted to go perhaps to Biloxi, Mississippi, and there is just no way I'm getting to Biloxi, Mississippi in one day. That's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna try to find a cheap hotel. I don't really want to camp or anything around the coast here. It's hot and humid, and you know, there might be a rain shower to come up. So I'm going to find a cheap hotel, find a place to eat some good seafood, and enjoy this environment here. My plan is to ride along the coast of the Gulf till I get to Houston, Texas, and then I'll slide up and go through Houston to get to my daughter's house in Austin, Texas. So the views hopefully are going to be as good as this, if not better, for the next couple of days. And what really struck me as well was that the Gulf of Mexico was on the left-hand side of the road, and it reminded me of the Pacific Coast Highway. It's kind of curvy, not like the Pacific Coast Highway is, but the the beach and the water was over on the left-hand side, and all the houses and everything was over on the right-hand side. And this is Apalachicola right here. Pretty cool. Looks like a cool place. I'm going to go a little bit further and go into Port St. Joe, which I have a buddy that has told me is a really neat place, kind of a hole-in-the-wall place where you can kind of get lost if you want to. So that's what I'm gonna do. And, you know, thanks for following along, you know, on these videos. They take a little bit of time to do. The uploading of the videos on YouTube is excruciatingly slow if you have Wi-Fi, and for some reason Verizon is a lot faster, but they're charging me an arm load to upload using Verizon. So I'm still going to try to use Wi-Fi as much as I can. It just takes forever. So, remember, if you like this, like it. If you really like it, please subscribe. And as always, life is good. DonknDave out.